face. I'ma treat you how you treat me. Do you like how it tastes? Shawty, use a can't treat you like my ace. I got way too many problems to be worried. I'm straight. Me and Craig. 80 a show. Say my money, stack it up. It look like I'm foreign cars driving fast. I never done this before. Get drown out my problems. Let me run up and up is magic. With the gang, we ball out. It can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you.
Coach, EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Houston Texans and the Indianapolis Colts. This is fielded a couple yards deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
Check out. 167, 54. Come to my work.
Naeem Hines, his first carry. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
622. Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run. Ready.
This is Hines. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
They're just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1.
Let's go. 11 V. Right there. 54 Mike. Quit talking about it. On. Check. Crunch. You gonna touch.
Now it's Love. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Troy Apke. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going. One of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
You. 9. 124. Shoot. 53 is the mark. 53. Check 53. And
They'll try the left side. Abraham works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. Out of the gun, Watson. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
Reset. 18. 53. Mike. All day. 24. Just like 24. 11-3.
Now a first down throw, Watson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. He's got the first down inside the 10. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field, all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you've got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
That one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down. Line of scrimmage at the 4. Here's 3rd and goal. Watson looks to throw again. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Rocky Sin. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. So a pretty shaky start here for both sides.
Yeah, each quarterback's throwing a ball to the other team. Do you think on both sidelines they're sitting them down and saying, okay, remember, this is the color jersey we're wearing. They're wearing the other color. Let's make sure we get it to our guys, please.
And they'll start on the ground with Hines. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. And it's intercepted. Picked off by David Long. There he goes left side. And this will be a touchdown. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. And the Texans take a 7-0 lead.
Next to score, Texans 7, Colts nothing.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
Check out.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. A big play there for Indy. 75 yards. With that run, double check my math. Yes, he has hit 8,000 career rushing yards.
And that's fantastic. That means he's now approaching the top 50 all-time rushers in NFL history. That means he just sped past.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you've got 3 on the board for sure, and to come over with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah. Will they make up for it? And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Watson. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Medina.
That's the end of the first quarter with the score tied 7-7.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Now a give right side. Lester. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. A shotgun snap for Watson. James has it. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts 17-yard line.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the number 1 receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a 1st down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Watson. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
And when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Watson going to pull back the handoff and keep it himself. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Texans have taken the lead. Good bounce-back drive right there through the pick on drive number 1. Drive number 2 leads them right down the field into the end zone.
Agree totally. Excellent bounce back, tremendous poise, confidence never lost, and obviously he transmitted that to his teammates as well. What a really nice drive.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
On second down now, it's Hines. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
59 Mike, 59 Mike, check, 59. Man, I got you, man, I got you. Under 10, 10. Check safety.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. They run with Hines. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Hey, exit. Don't let him breathe, defense. Check 52. Check. Rifle. Motion.
3rd and long. It's Lott. He's got a man. Complete. A big gain of 31 on 3rd down.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. In on the stop, the safety, Troy Apke. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Run, 40! 59, Mike to 59. Hey, here I come. Hey, check. Mike's 59. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got. Hey, Zoo. Mike, 59, Mike. Check, 59.
A shotgun snap for Lott. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. Blanketed coverage by Houston. Makes it 4th down. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
And here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong football.
53's mine. Check. 53's mine. Yeah. You don't want nothing.
From the gun, here's Watson. He's going to fire one deep up. It's caught inside the 25. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. It's a gain of 35.
That's just flat out a beautiful throw right there.
It was a rope. That's maybe the speed you would see on a slant, but he threw that downfield with that kind of pace.
Now, if he throws that one with any type of arc, puts a little air under it, that play doesn't happen. He had to fire it in there, and he did exactly that.
Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. They'll run it now out of the gun. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Just a gain of a yard, but it's going to set him up with a 1st and goal. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, a chip shot here. The kick by Fairbairn is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, it's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the 3rd quarter. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Back to the ground. But here, McFadden. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Number 53, Mike. Keep it going down, he's coming. Check, check. Fresno. 53 is the Mike. 53 is the Mike. Watch the pass. 3-6. Check. 53 is Mike. Check. 53 is Mike. Coming to you.
3rd and 2, Watson. He's got his man, it's Andrews. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. 2 yards and able to get the first down in the process. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And now nothing but green ahead of him. He's at the 30. Touchdown, Houston. A big play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Texans push further out in front. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. The second half, no matter what, whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever, this was a big score to start the second half.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. It's a gain of 3, and it'll be second down.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win first down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on first down.
Drive 40!
Mike to 59. It's our time.
12.
Mike 59.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Luck. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 22 yards there, a first down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Here's a quick hitch route, and the throw complete. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
12.
Mike spot 9.
Bound to lose one.
Check 37. Joker.
Now Luck. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 29-yard line. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory as they're down to the 29-yard line. Again, Locke. Campbell making the catch. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two.
And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
Mike, 11. Big stop, D.
Go ahead.
Let's go. Bang, 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 bang.
John Wright.
Throwing is Locke. And Luck will be intercepted for a 3rd time. Picked off by David Long. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage?
It's a foot race. The 40. Past the 20. Touchdown, Houston. A big play there. 82 yards. And the Texans push further out in front. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw forward.
No, what's interesting?
A big seam, and he might go all the way. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A big play there. 81 yards. And the Colts are able to cut into this lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead will be cut down to 14. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Off of play action, it's Watson. Into the hands of the tight end, this is Jordan Thomas. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now in Indianapolis. It's the Texans in control of the football and leading this game as well as we start the 4th. Watson now 14 out of 17, 82%, and it's 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47.
Alert!
Faking the give. Now Watson. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, the teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now on 2nd and 13, Watson. And Thomas has it. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards the pickup there. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Watson now to throw again. James has got it. Complete. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. As his guys are in for 6. And the Texans push further out in front. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. The Colts on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, here's Love. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. That's good for an Indianapolis 1st down on a gain of 10.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They're becoming a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are. And I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing, but I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Hey, echo.
59 Mike. Check, 59. Let's go.
To throw is Love. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. The Colts on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15.
Check, 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 check. Leo. Whip. Watch the whip. 6 guys. Check 6 guys.
They'll look to throw here. And the pressure gets to him again. Sacked there by Jadeveon Clowney.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
The Colts send out their punter. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. They are in the 4th and Buffalo. And the Panthers looking pretty good. Their lead growing even further. A win would be their 2nd on the young season. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
Alert. Let's go.
3rd and long. It's Watson. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the... And this will be caught at the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. What a play that turns out to be. 36 yards.
First down, Texans.
Reset. 19. 54. Check. 9 to go.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that the team has to sit through. I've sat through those before. Never any fun. You're always excited about your good plays, and they actually fast forward through those. All right, that was good. All right, great. They get to the bad ones and really illuminate them. Not cool.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
And this will be caught. Well, forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown. Now it's looking incredibly likely to be a 3-0 start to this season. That is obviously excellent. 2-0 is one thing. 3-0, you really have some momentum.
And now they're serving notice to the rest of the league that they're a pretty darn good football team. Confident, aggressive, attacking at all times. This looks like a team that you're going to have to deal with. And guess what? Behind closed doors, they're trying to figure out ways to get better.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Houston, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season.